Welcome to AirSculpt TV. It's a little bit past 3:30, but we're late for a good reason, and that's Mandy behind me. Last time we went live, we did AirSculpt Plus, our new procedure on Mandy's chin. And this is 1 week after. So before, after, this is 1 week after AirSculpt Plus, our new procedure on her chin. And actually we're late because it's been 3 weeks, so I called Mandy up and I said, hey Mandy, can you take a little selfie for us? Because we're going live and I want to see what you look like at 3 weeks. So she just sent it. So Lauren, go ahead, let's look at we're going to post all this, but I want you to see her 3 weeks. So this is 3 weeks after AirSculpt Plus of her chin. And honestly, it doesn't look like, she doesn't look like the same person. I think this is just, it almost looks like she had a facelift. It's a spectacular result. So for 3 weeks, this is way beyond my expectations and hers. She wants more stuff done, actually. When we talked on the phone, she told me that. But I'm delighted. I hope all of you guys are so happy for her because, I mean, this is just, I mean, look at that. Really, I was like, at first, when she sent it over, I was like, is this the same patient? So I'm super delighted, and I'm so happy for you, Mandy. I hope you're watching. You know, AirSculpt Plus is very exciting. AirSculpt Plus isn't for everyone, and we're going to show more AirSculpt Plus, not today, but on future episodes. But it's for people, if you look over here, she had a lot of kind of lax skin, a lot of loose, thin skin. When you have that and you want an extra skin tightening boost, it's a great thing to do. I'd like, we're going to go live now in Atlanta. And just as we're doing that, I just want to let you know that we have an opening date for our Las Vegas location. It's going to be the week of the 21st of this month of February. So Vegas is opening really soon. We are booking consults and surgery for Vegas for those people who want to get in. During our first week, we usually do like some opening specials. So if you're interested in Vegas, now's the time. Anyway, let's do some really interesting stuff for Valentine's Day in Atlanta with Morgan and her husband Drew.
Let's give it a moment.
Okay. So,
there we are.
Oh, hey.
Hello. How are
Everybody who doesn't know, this is Ethan, and he's our director of content, and he's in Atlanta to ensure all of this goes well because we're actually doing a couples interview for Valentine's Day because everyone knows we did a Valentine's Day special. And so Morgan and Drew decided to get AirSculpt together as a couple, and we're going to interview him.
All right, you guys ready to meet Drew first?
Yeah, let's meet Drew.
All right. Hi, guys. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing, Drew?
Good, how are you?
Good, nice to meet you. Thanks for coming on AirSculpt TV.
Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. So, first and foremost, what are you going to get done today?
I'm getting my waist and my flanks done, so like my love handle area.
Have they bothered you for a long time?
Literally my whole life.
Really?
For as long as I can remember.
You know, I know a lot of guys that you look really fit to me. You look like you take care of yourself and you go to the gym and stuff. I know so many guys that literally they do everything right and they've had love handles since they were like 15. And we are going to eradicate them from your life forever.
I'm excited.
It's permanent, and you will never have to worry about your love handles again. So I'm just going to put that out there right now for you. And the cool thing, I mean, there's a lot of cool things here, but your wife, Morgan, is in another room right now getting AirSculpt. What do you think about that?
I'm excited for her. She obviously eats really good and she works out too, but when you have kids, your body changes a little bit, and so she's excited to just get back to how she really wants to be. So
this is a mommy makeover for her, huh?
Pretty much, yep.
That's great to know. And what are your thoughts on what she's having done? Like, she's going to have the Uppercut. So instead of an implant, she's going to have the fat from her tummy and her back bra roll transferred to her breast. What do you think about all that? Did you know that was possible?
I didn't know it was possible, no. And, you know, she really liked the way her chest looked before she had kids. And like I said, obviously after you have kids, your body changes. And that's one thing that's kind of bothered her since we've had kids. And so I think that's what she's most excited for, is to have that back.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so excited for her. So do you have any particular goals for with your AirSculpt, for after AirSculpt? Is there a shirt you want to wear, or
I think it's not wearing a shirt. I think it's going to the beach and not having to worry about leaving the shirt on, or, you know, how the baby looks. And like, that's something I've been conscious of my whole life. So not having to worry about that this year is going to be awesome.
You won't. I am assuring you that right now. In fact, you know, for a man, when we do the waist and flanks, that's going to give you more of that V-shaped torso with your shirt off. So that's wonderful. I'm really excited for you. Do you know what kind of music you want to listen to yet?
Man, top hits. That's pretty much what we always have on. So
okay.
I think I listen to as well. So
all right, cool. I love when people make a playlist, but top hits sounds good. So we're going to go live with Morgan now, and I'm looking forward to seeing your result.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
All right. We're walking to the procedure room to see Morgan.
Great.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, everybody.
So we're with Dr. DeFrancesca right now in Atlanta. And Morgan had her full abdomen done. Oh, hi, Morgan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How exciting is this? So you just had the fat transferred to one side of your breast, is that right?
That's correct.
And have you seen it yet?
I have not seen it yet. We've been waiting for y'all to take
All right, perfect. Okay, let's start out with something awesome, and let's give you a hand mirror so you can see the difference from one side to the other.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's crazy. I need to look in real life. Yeah.
Nice cleavage here.
That doesn't look like me. Yeah. Who is that? No, that looks really good. Oh my
Does
gosh.
that look more like your breasts before you had kids?
Oh, definitely. And I'll call them my nursing boobs too, because they get nice and full, and then it's like they just go away, and you're like, well, that was the worst tease ever.
I hear that all the time.
Good.
That's great. That's great. So Dr. DeFrancesca is going to do the other side now as we chat.
Yeah.
I met your husband, so I'm super excited for him. He wants to look great on the beach this summer, and he's never going to have love handles again.
Oh yeah, he's excited. He's literally had this his whole life, so he is stoked, honestly.
Well, I want to ask you a few questions, if it's okay.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, as Dr. DeFrancesca is doing the fat transfer, you hear a little beep in the background. Do you hear that beep? That beep. It sounds like a little electronic frog. That sound is actually our AirSculpt system injecting the fat or transferring the fat into your breast. Each beep is one portion of fat, and it allows her to sculpt your breast really, really carefully. So anyway, what I want to know is kind of like, what's your journey been? Have you ever had any work done before? And what has this been like?
Yeah, so I've never had any work done on my breast before. I have had some fat freezing on my abdomen. And that's kind of been, I guess, my journey as far as that goes. But really trying to get back into shape. My youngest daughter's 2 years old, so after I had her, I feel like my bounce back was a lot slower than after my first baby. Things just really haven't gone back to how they were before. So that's kind of why I was really excited about this, because I nursed my first daughter for a year, my second daughter for a year, and so I'm kind of ready just to feel like myself again.
So right now, what we're really doing is when you breastfeed, you lose a lot of fat in your breasts. We're replenishing them.
Exactly.
That's why I love this procedure. In fact, we have trademarked on something called second baby syndrome, because there's so many patients that after their first baby, their body really snapped back, but after their second, it really didn't. And that's kind of like a lot of times when you need a mommy makeover is after a second baby.
Oh, for sure. And just having less time to, I mean, there's nothing really you can do when your breast deflate or whatever after nursing. But I feel like I was chasing after a toddler. I had a newborn. And so it's like, I just didn't really have, the time to commit after I did with my first daughter. It's so different. And I think I was spoiled on how quickly I bounced back the first time. And so the second time when I didn't, I was like, all right, this is what's going on. And it could just be some getting closer to 32. And as you know, as we get older, it's not as easy to
That's true, yeah.
lose weight and all of that kind of good stuff.
Another question for you. When you said you had fat freezing on your tummy, how well did that work?
Honestly, I was I don't even know if disappointed is the right word. I had high expectations and I noticed a difference, but I think like my expectations based on just like other photos that I had seen were really, I don't know, it was just different than what I expected. And then I realized like you can get multiple treatments. And so it's really not like that one initial treatment. So I was like, dang, like I have to keep doing this. Mm-hmm. So just a little bit disappointing to say the least.
How much has AirSculpt hurt compared to that?
It's very different. So obviously the one that I did is a very like cooling sensation and you have like this weird numbness. And honestly, it took me a lot of time to get the sensation feeling back in my stomach area. I couldn't put a finger, like I would say at least 6 months, like I still couldn't feel it. And this is much different. So the numbing part is much different. And I feel like once you're numbed, like it really, like I'm sitting here talking to you right now, like it really isn't that bad.
Yeah. Okay. And how would you say this feels like in terms of pain compared to?
Yeah, this isn't painful right now at all. It kind of just feels like she's like just rubbing against my skin.
Right.
And then when she was on my stomach, it was more of just like vibrations, but no pain at all. A little bit of pressure. Kind of if, other moms are out there watching this, they say you're going to feel a lot of pressure and stuff. So it's just been some weird pressure at times, but no pain.
Great to know. And what was it like having the fat from your tummy and your waist and everything removed before your eyes?
It was wild. She said, do you want to see it? And I like looked back and you can literally see it dripping like from the drain into like the little collector. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that is wild.
And this is one and done. There's no sessions. This is permanent fat removal.
Yeah, which is so nice and it's so cool and it's going to stay and I'm not going to have to worry about it anymore. And I just love that, we're using stuff that we literally just took out of my body and we're putting it into my breast. So there's nothing foreign. It's, all me.
It's the ultimate recycling.
Yeah, it's so cool.
What's it like being awake in general?
Honestly, I was kind of nervous about it. I was like, okay, like, how is this going to go? Like, I don't know if I can do this. And I'm not a super high anxious person, but I'm very, not afraid, but blood and all of that makes me kind of queasy. And so I was like, all right, am I going to be able to like handle like looking at that and like feeling it and all of that kind of stuff and being awake? And it's honestly been so much easier than I thought.
I was so happy to hear that. And did your husband get to watch a little bit?
Yeah, I think he's going to come back in the room. He's kind of been in and out and I sent him on lunch duty too. So I think he might be grabbing food for us right now.
You can eat whatever you want today. That's for sure.
Yes. I know. That's why I was also nervous because I was like, well, am I going to feel really bad? Like, am I not going to be able to like want to eat tonight? And what's it going to be like? And honestly, I don't really feel bad at all.
You should have no trouble getting back into full mom duties tomorrow morning.
Not at all. I'm almost wanting to milk it a little bit.
No pun intended.
I know.
Yeah, I love that. And what's it like getting AirSculpt as a couple? What's that experience like?
Yeah, I think it's really cool. So I don't know if Drew's kind of told you our backstory, but we've been together for like 14 years. So we're high school sweethearts, went to college together, did all of that. So I feel like there's so many things that we do together. And I think being able to experience it and like kind of know what each other is like going through this process, is super unique and cool.
Well, I'm honored that you guys are sharing this intimate experience with us. It's I'm just so happy to show there's so many couples that think about doing this together for the same reason. They've been together a long time. They ordered pizza at the same time, blah, blah, blah. They've been kids and everything. And I've noticed the couples I've seen do AirSculpt together, it's been really positive for them. It's been like a really fun adventure. And
No, definitely. And we were talking earlier, and I feel like a lot of times things like this, especially cosmetically, can be taboo for guys, and they might be embarrassed of it. And Drew's love handles is always something that he's been really self-conscious about, but would never really make it known to other people. That's just something that I know because I'm his wife. So I think that's really cool for him to kind of, I guess break that negative stigma sometimes that can be associated with it, and say, hey, like, I'm confident enough to like come on here and share that I'm doing this too, and I've had these problem areas even though I work out and I'm super healthy. I think that's really cool.
I totally agree with you. We really think that it's time for men to admit they're doing this stuff and be proud of it, because we'll talk to women all day long and they'll shout it from the rooftops. They're having this done and they're psyched about it. And men are still like nervous about it. So I really admire that he's he has no problem saying, geez, I've had love handles as long as I can remember. Why should I keep them? Right?
Definitely.
It's not a big deal
about it, because there's nothing embarrassing like at all.
Not at all. I agree. So I just really appreciate it. And then I always like to ask, what kind of music have you been listening to for your mommy makeover here?
We've had some interesting songs playing. It was today's hits, but today's hits, it's like such a wide variety, so it's been nice. I feel like when I was on my side, which was probably one of the hardest parts, Adele started coming on. I was like, all right, I'm in the groove listening to Adele right now. All is well.
I love it. And would you recommend this for other couples that are watching this right now?
Oh, yeah, totally. Like I said, I think it's so important to have shared experiences. And so to be able to do this together, I don't know, I feel like it's really unique and really cool, because a lot of times I'll just do things like this by myself. And so for Drew to kind of be able to do this too and experience it firsthand is really special.
Well, I can't thank you enough for coming on with us. Dr. DeFrancesca, are you still on her other breast?
We're done, and we're just waiting to do the big reveal.
Okay, let's do a little unveiling now. Let's look at both. So,
right, I can't see.
There you go.
Oh my goodness! Whoa, that's crazy. That is just crazy.
Yeah. And we really concentrated on what we talked about pre-op and giving you that medial cleavage. And that's one of the real advantages of fat transfer over an implant. With an implant, we can't get this good medial cleavage like we can when we do fat transfer to the breast.
Yeah, it looks so good, and it looks so natural too. And that was kind of my goal with all of this too, is I don't want someone to see me and be like, whoa, what did she do? Or like, what work has she done? Like, I want it to look really natural.
I totally agree.
Like this, yeah.
Once you heal up, which is going to be very fast, they're going to move natural. They're not going to have like a line where, like where you see an implant. They're your real breasts. There's nothing fake here at all.
I know, it's so cool. I'm happy with how they look now, and I'm super excited to kind of see how, as I heal over the next couple of months, and just being able to get back into the swing of things pretty quickly with the low downtime is awesome.
I'm really looking forward to both you and Drew's results. So I just wish you a happy post-operative period, and you're going to see tomorrow you'll be just fine. And hopefully we'll see your before and afters in a couple weeks, okay?
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time to come on and chat here today, too. It was so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too, Morgan. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks, Dr. D. Thanks, Ethan.
Bye-bye. Thanks, guys.
Bye. Okay, we're going to answer some questions about fat transfer to breast. And if you have other questions, we have the lovely Lauren standing by. So go ahead, Lauren.
Right. How long after my pregnancy do I need to wait to get AirSculpt done?
After your pregnancy, typically you have to wait 3 months for a regular vaginal delivery and 6 months for a C-section. But that's just for your tummy. If you're not breastfeeding, you can have AirSculpt done whenever you want. So if you're not breastfeeding and it's not your tummy, then you don't have to wait at all. But I recommend you do. I think waiting 3 months is very appropriate. But if you have a C-section, then we have to wait 6 months before we do your tummy. And we can never do AirSculpt if you're breastfeeding.
If my breasts are uneven, can this AirSculpt procedure even them out?
So a lot of women have one breast bigger than the other. What we like to say is that they're not twins, they're sisters. And we oftentimes will put more fat in one than the other. We have had women that have very asymmetrical breasts where we just transfer fat to the smaller breast to even them out. So then yes is the answer.
Can I target multiple areas to transfer it to my breasts?
You can target fat with AirSculpt from any area on your body, from your chin to your ankle, and have that transferred to your breast.
Will my age affect the results of the procedure?
We've done people up to about 83 years old, and no. Of course, as you age, your skin gets looser, but AirSculpt tightens your skin very, very significantly. We've been able to treat people really from 18 to 83 is, I think, our oldest patient we've had, and it's no major effect.
Where are the entry points for Uppercut?
Great question. So for the breast, when we transfer fat, we do one entry point, which is, just like I always show, the little tip of this tool right here. It's 2 millimeters with the size of your average freckle. One goes actually in the fold underneath your breast. There's a little crease there or a fold, and that one, you know, you never really see. So there's that, and that one heals extremely well. But even better than that, we do the second one is actually where your nipple meets your skin, where it goes from pink to whatever color your skin is. There is like kind of a transition zone. And we put one right in that transition zone, and that one actually heals 100%. I can't think of a single patient that I've seen that's had any scar from that one. So this is, the Uppercut is extremely, extremely good for scarring.
All right. Can I expect swelling and bruising after this procedure?
After any procedure, including AirSculpt, you should expect swelling and potentially some bruising. AirSculpt is so minimally invasive yet maximally effective that that the swelling and bruising is quite minimal. But it's always possible to have more swelling and bruising than expected. For example, if your blood is thin, some people have blood that's thinner than others. Like some people, if they knock their hand on the table, they have a big bruise. Some people, they don't have any bruise at all. So a lot of that depends on you. And everybody swells. And the great thing with AirSculpt is the swelling goes down very, very fast because it's so minimally invasive. I mean, look at the picture behind me. This is 3 weeks. So not much swelling there. And chins can get swollen. So you can see that the swelling period is very, very minimal.
All right. What kind of compression garment is provided for Uppercut?
So we have a special compression garment that you just have to wear for 2 weeks after Uppercut. Sometimes we recommend 3 if we do a lot of fat transfer, but typically 2 weeks. And what it does is just support your breast gently. It's very similar to Spanx, but we don't want to put too much pressure on them.
Right. How much fat is transferred in a fat transfer?
So the amount of fat we transfer to your breast really depends on how much fat your breast will allow us to transfer. So I like to use the Ziploc bag analogy. Each breast is kind of like a Ziploc bag, and you can only fill a Ziploc bag with a certain amount of, let's say, Cheerios. Once you've filled it up, there's no more Cheerios you can put in. So every woman is different, and it depends on what, in plastic surgery, you call the envelope, or basically the amount of space you have to fill.
All right. Dr. Rollins, someone asked if you're able to still nurse after getting Uppercut done.
You can nurse after having Uppercut done, absolutely, but you know, for example, let's say you have a baby, you stop nursing, you get an Uppercut, but then you have another baby, you can absolutely nurse that baby, it will have no effect. It's your own tissue. There's nothing fake, there's no plastic, etc.
All right. Another person asked how long this procedure lasts.
Well, uppercut is considered permanent. Now, if after you have an uppercut you lose a lot of weight, your breasts will get smaller. It's your own fat. But we're putting problem fat in your breasts, so it's the last to leave and it's the first to grow if you gain weight.
All right. Can we provide skin tightening?
You can absolutely, AirSculpt always tightens your skin, so we always provide skin tightening, and it's done simultaneously as the fat is removed. You can also get AirSculpt Plus with an uppercut. So, for example, if Morgan had really loose skin, which she did not, and she wanted extra skin tightening, we could have done AirSculpt Plus on her tummy or her waist or her back.
Okay. I think that's about it,
Okay.
Dr. Rollins.
Well, thanks everyone for watching. I'm really proud of Morgan. I'm proud of Drew. I'm excited for them, and I'm super happy for Mandy, and I'm looking forward to seeing her again soon. So, thanks everyone. Bye-bye.